Hi, my name is John Thompson, and I just want to talk a little bit today about my story with muscle phasing and kind of how all of this started. I had 9 shoulder dislocations in about a 6-year period in my life, and I was looking for answers. I really didn't understand what was going on. It was very painful. It was something that I didn't have any consistency with. I'd go play basketball. Sometimes it'd work out great, and sometimes I'd leave home devastated with a dislocated shoulder. And I'd look at people that were my age that had injuries, and I'd ask them what kind of solutions they had. And some of them went and had surgery. And when they went to lift their arm up, this is all the higher they could lift their arm. And I just said, being in my, mid and late 20s, even to 31, it's like I didn't want to have a limited life where I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do. I wanted to play basketball, I race cars, I do a lot of things, and I wanted a solution that was kind of non-surgical and made sense. And I was at a health fair and I ran into Rick Johnson, and he looked at my situation a little different. I got to meet him. And one of the things that he did is he had me put my hands behind my head like this, and he said, now bring your elbows back. And when I did that back in 2005, it looked something like this. And then he did something called muscle phasing on me, and I didn't understand what it was at the time, but about 15 minutes later, I was able to get in this position, and I felt comfortable there. And I just remember being frustrated, not just because of the pain of my injury, but the pain of not really knowing, what happened? Why does this happen? What can I do about it? How do I solve this? How do I take control? And he started looking at my posture. He said, you know what? There's something going on with your neck and its posture. Your shoulders are all turned in, and this is all leading to a vulnerability. And I can happily say now that it's been 10 years since I've dislocated a shoulder. 9 times was enough. That was enough pain for me. But what I didn't know is it was going to lead me on a journey. He said, as soon as I found him and I found my solution, I spent some money, and I just felt like for spending $100, I felt like I got thousands of dollars of value. And I was used to, seeing lots of therapists. Many of them are great therapists. I still see them today. But there was just something about when I found muscle phasing that said, you know what, I think this is going to be a big part of my answer. And I was right. I started going to see Rick Johnson and getting my own situation figured out. I had sent some other people to see him, and they were getting good results. And then one day he said, what do you think about classes? And I said, I remember when I met him and I said, where have you been and where are the rest of you? Why did it take me 6 years to find this type of answer? And so when he brought up classes, I kind of looked the other way some, but the more I thought about it, the more, I'm very intrigued with the body, how the body works, and got to learn the anatomy, and it was just a huge benefit to me. And then I started the process of helping other people, and now it's been, over 10 years, and it's been very rewarding to be able to introduce people to muscle phasing, the opportunity to look at the body, how the body responds and reacts to input, whether the body has strength doing motions, and using that mechanism of asking the body questions, asking it to do things, and finding out how it responds and getting some of that feedback directly is going to show where some of the dysfunction in the body is, and then treating the attachment points where the muscles attach to the bone, where the brain connects to the muscle as a very high injury point in the body, but it's also a weakness because it really doesn't get blood flow and it's often overlooked. And so using a series of stretching, working attachments, checking the body for strength, and repeating that process, and then sending people home really understanding how their posture anomalies are formed, what we're doing in our lifestyle that might lead to some dysfunction, might lead to pain, and then how to offset that. Because I found that we have to do things in life. I have to be bent over a table. I have to be looking down, and I can't get away from some of that stuff. But I can offset it with a few simple exercises that are repeated. I love to find little small ones that can be done in 30 seconds to 90 seconds to help move the posture forward. And it's just been a revolutionary thing in my life. It's really been rewarding to bring hope to other people, put them in control, and find that the people that are really looking for answers that last, for being in control and really understanding, why they had dysfunction in the first place. When I get to introduce people to muscle phasing and they get to start going in the right direction, I find that people get excited about it. They implement it. It becomes second nature to do some of the exercises and to maintain their posture, and to have people be able to add some of the things that they love to do in life that they felt like they were limited, they felt like maybe they could never do it again, or at least not enjoy it at the level that they can now, is kind of why I like to do what I do. And so hopefully, if you're looking at this, you can look at muscle phasing and try it out. See if it's something that moves you forward. Get some of the things that you love to do in life with your body back into your life and help you understand your pain and get your function back.